Time now for Homeschooled as we welcome in Mark Malusis and Sal Licata. Jacob DeGrom pitches great. Bullpen lets him down. We've been here before. We've just heard the explanations, fellas. Miguel Castro pitched that scoreless seventh, but still, Mark, was Luis Rojas too quick to hand this one over to the relievers?
Yeah, I think he was a little bit. I mean, listen, I understand you got to err on the side of caution. It's DeGrom. It's early on the season, 77 pitches in 6 innings. I mean, I do think it's a little light. And I get the delay in the start of the season. I understand it's 10 days. And I understand, obviously, there's going to be some restrictions here on the way that starters are used early on the season based on the lack of work from a year ago. So that all adds up. However, I don't know. You look at this bullpen. You mean to tell me that you can't get another inning out of Jacob DeGrom, 77 pitches, 6 innings of work? I can't get 7 innings out of the best pitcher in all of Major League Baseball. He can't get me to 85, 88 pitches in his first start this year in 2021. I don't think that's too big of a reach. I understand if he's at 115, 120, 125, guys that used to go out there and throw 20, 30 years ago. We're at 77 pitches in 6 innings. I think Keith said at the end of the game, I think he was dead on correct. It was a little light, and I thought it was a quick hook.
Yeah, I didn't have a problem with it because this is what we're used to now. Going in, you know that off the 10-day layoff, the first start of the season, you're not getting much out of Jacob DeGrom. We all know that going in. That's how it works. And it's not even about the pitch count anymore, Moose. It's about the up-downs. Ooh, the up-downs now. So they knew going in he was only going to give them max 6 innings. Now, I would have loved to see him go out there and throw a complete game. I don't care if it's game 1, game 162. I want to see the pitcher get knocked out of the game. He shouldn't be removed until he gets knocked out. But you expect this going in, especially in start 1. And that's not why they lost the game. They lost the game for a couple of reasons. 1, they couldn't hit. And number 2, they couldn't get any outs out of the bullpen. That is a problem. So, yeah, I mean, do we all know DeGrom could throw more than 77 pitches? Sure, but they knew that going in, they were only getting 6 innings.
Well, but that's the problem. I mean, honestly, that's where it comes down to. You go into a start and you say, well, the maximum we're going to have is 6 up downs for Jacob DeGrom, regardless. So let me ask you this. If he threw 55 pitches in 6 innings, but he had 6 ups, downs. I mean, you mean to tell me I'm taking Jacob DeGrom out of the game after 55 pitches? I mean, he threw 77. I mean, that's it after 6 innings and he was built up over the course of spring. This idea of going into it saying, well, this is the plan. We're going to stick to the plan. He did his job. I mean, nonsense. I mean, there are guys that are just different than everybody else. Can we acknowledge that Jacob DeGrom is different than a lot of other pitchers in Major League Baseball? This is not your 3rd or 4th starter. You're talking about the best pitcher in the entire league. So you go into it with a notion of, oh, okay, we're only going to use him for this amount of time, regardless of how efficient he is. That's where you drive yourself crazy with the way baseball is managed in today's day and age.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's just par for the course. I mean, Berrios is taken out of the game for the Twins with a no-hitter. I mean, that's just where we're at. So start 1, I wouldn't overreact. People are going to pick on that and say, oh, Rojas, he doesn't know what he's doing. It's not Rojas. It's an organizational decision premeditated before the game. I have a bigger problem with Trevor May, whose one job, hey, he's great personality, great at video games. You know what? I don't care about that. I want to see him shut down the 1 inning that he's paid to shut down. And in game 1, he doesn't do it. He gets 1 out and gives up 2 runs. That's not good enough. So they lost this game for multiple reasons. For me, taking Jacob DeGrom out after 6 innings, while it's not something I would recommend, while it's not something that's going to be the normal moving forward, that's not why they lost this game.
We've seen this before, no matter who the relievers are. But, Moose, really quickly here, do you have a problem with the manager not being able to adjust to the pregame plan? All right, we all agree with Sal. This is the plan going in from more than just the manager. But when you see it right before you, as dominant as he is after 77, can you adjust to the plan? From the plan.
Well, you should be able to. I mean, and that's the problem you have. I mean, Rojas, Amy, we were talking about this before the start of the year. You, me, and Sal, we were having a debate about Rojas, about keys or issues this season, having a touch and a feel for the game, right? More a case with the starting pitchers and the relievers than anything else. But, yeah, that's where, and I get the big C word, collaboration in Major League Baseball. Everyone's got to collaborate. Everyone's got to be involved in the decision-making, again, on a night-in, night-out basis. We're long gone from the manager being handed the roster and be able to manage the team as he sees fit. So I get you have to protect the asset. I get it. He wasn't at 95 pitches. He wasn't at 99 pitches. He was at 77 through 6 innings, and I can't get another inning out of Jacob DeGrom. To me, that's nonsense.
Yeah, but it was already predetermined. It's not Rojas' decision. They've all said it. DeGrom, the front office, Rojas, they knew going in there was 6 up downs max. That's it. So there was no decision to be made. The decision was already made. And by the way, if this were the postseason or a push for the postseason, maybe different. Game 1, you got to live with the guy giving you 6 innings off of 10 days rest.
He's the best pitcher in baseball. All he could get is 6 innings out of Jacob DeGrom.
Sal and Moose fired up after one game.